Hello artists, today we are making pop-up greeting cards. So it is the holiday season, so I thought we'd make a Hanukkah card and a Christmas card. So get yourself some different colors of paper and let's get started. Now I'm going to start with this yellow one. I'm going to start with the Hanukkah card. So I'm going to line up those corners and I'm going to give it a nice sharp crease along the edge. And I'm going to do 3 little lines that are going to be the lines I'm going to cut along, and in a moment you'll see that. So the first little line that I drew is about 2 centimeters and the other 2 are 6 centimeters. Now that all depends on the size of paper you're using, so you'd have to adjust that if you're using a smaller size paper. Alright, so those are the measurements I used on my card, and I was using a typical A4 size paper. Alright, so now that I've made those cuts, I open it back up and I pop that center piece through and I fold it the other way, again giving a nice sharp crease to that little line there. I do the same thing with the smaller one. It's a little bit finicky. Just make sure you give it a nice sharp fold, a nice sharp crease. Make sure you do that with all of the folds you make. So the top part I just sort of fold it over on an angle and then I flip it inside out and I do the same thing again, flipping it both directions. And then when I pop it open, it looks like this. Now of course right now our Dreidel is upside down, but we'll fix that when we put it into our greeting card. All right, oh, there we go. Now you want to make sure you can decorate your Dreidel any way you want. I decorated the front of this blue paper and I'm going to make sure that I glue this in really nicely inside my blue card. And there I have my pop-up Dreidel. So I'm just going to put some a glue stick on my yellow paper, and then I'll use that to glue it to the blue paper. And then I think I am just about set with this card. All right, do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now that we have our Hanukkah card made, I think it's time to make a Christmas card. So I have red and white paper. The white paper is a little bit smaller than the red, and I am folding it and I'm drawing one small line and then a wavy line and then smaller wavy lines as we get closer to the top of the paper. I cut along those lines. Once I cut to the first one, I'm actually going to fold it over now into a sort of Christmas tree or triangle shape. And I just go back in and I cut along those lines. I fold them back over the other way, making sure I give them a nice solid crease. And then when I open it up, I have a pop-up Christmas tree. Now that's really nice. You can leave it that way, but I wanted sort of the red to show through. So I went back in and I sort of trimmed along those wavy lines and cut out a little bit of the paper so that now when I open the card, you will see the red background through the Christmas tree. I just think it gives it a little more definition. All right, so I fold my red paper and I line up my white paper, put on my glue stick and give it a good rub. Again, do the same thing on the other side. And then you can decorate the front cover of your Christmas card any way you want. I love to doodle, so I doodled this snowflake on there. And then you can add some decorations inside if you want to. All right, those are our festive pop-up cards. Happy holidays!